our resident trivia king. For all your Qatar basketball news, views, and reviews, check out our media platforms and make sure you join us on our live stream channel at www.com/QatarBF. We would love to have you as part of our regular program each and every broadcast. Two exciting matches tonight. The first, a David and Goliath matchup between Al Khaor and Al Arabi, while the second match will feature Al Ahli and Al Sad. Tassus, welcome to our house.
Thank you very much. It's always been nice to be to our house.
After 36 matches now, we enter the group, the group round competition. Tell me, what is your view on this match that we're hosting tonight?
So today's both matches are from the Group B, as the team was splitted. Means that the Group B consists of the second, the fourth, the sixth, and the eighth team of the first round. All teams carry their points, and with the new standings that we are having right now, it is clear for Arabi. A victory today against Al Khaor means already qualification to the final four of the league. The second game is even more important because Ahli and Sad, they are not so far apart, but for Sad, if also Sad will win, they will qualify also from tonight to the final four. If we can give a title to this game, is the game of absences or the absentees. I do not know if my English are correct in this part, because we have too many people out. So these guarantees, I think, at least that we're gonna see new faces, new players that they need to step up. We're gonna see younger or older players that will have more time on the court for both teams. So it is important to see how both coaches will handle the situation of losing really a big amount of players from both teams. It's team players that are all very crucial to the game.
So there are many changes. Let's go through the teams very quickly. For Al Arabi, number 7, Atta Majok. Number 3, Fahad, the captain Al Darwish. We've got 22, Khalid Al Abdi. 25, Badr Al Belfakis come on, and 55, Kevin Murphy. Al Khaor is a little bit more of a mix-up. Mustafa Lashin is out. So we've got 0, Ahmed Al Douh.
Ahmed Al Douh, yes, under 17 national team.
Number 7, Muhammad Naif. Number 9, Alvin. Alvin is a new addition who's taken over the
position and the number of Kindrel Thomas who left.
And Muhammad Al Kumi.
Also under 17 national team.
And also there's Muhammad Dawood.
Mohamed Dawood, who played also in the previous game. He was also with Wakra. He had an excellent game. They're missing Coach Mustafa from Al Khaor. He's missing his captain and best player, Mustafa Lashin. He's missing Ahmed Youssef, his starting point guard, and Duda Sanadze, his top scorer.
So we'll go through the schedule and the new timetable for the league later during the evening.
Only if I can add the absences from for Coach Hatem of Al Arabi. They're missing their starting point guard, CJ Christian, and they're missing also their starting shooting guard Khalid Rusti, who serves his 1-game suspension. CJ is injured, so these are the absences for both teams.
So we do have a team or teams of absences tonight. However, we're guaranteed for an absolute thriller one more time as we welcome you to the Rafa Sports Club for the opening group rounds. This is match 1 between Al Arabi and Al Khaor. The score 2-2. Abdi to Majok to Murphy finds Majok inside the key, unsuccessful. It looks like the Arabi team are taking it a little bit easy.
Both teams, first of all, they start with zone defenses in order to protect their players from fouls. That's why we'll see more passive defenses.
Al Abdi to Murphy, back-to-back Murphy. Layup, 4 plays to 8:34 left on the clock. Coming to you live from the Rafa Sports Club. With you, of course, is Xabi Rico and Anastasios Magoulas.
And the first points for Alvin in 2 years from the league. He has been known. He has a big name in Qatar. Alvin, he played with Al Sadd in the start of the 10th. He played again with Al Sadd 2 years ago. He's living in Doha, and he started also a coaching career. But now that Khaor needs a helping hand, why not? Very good player, very good center.
So Al Khaor running from left to right. They are the Beach Boys in blue and white. Al Arabi, on the other hand, are playing in their white and red numbers.
And they are from the beach, eh?
They are
Al Khaor
is the beach.
Yeah.
So is Shamal. The beach here is there.
The north.
And
but Samal is the north in Arabic, am I correct?
Shamal is...
Means north, correct?
North, correct.
North. So they are the north beach and
the northern suburbs, as we say in Australia, the most exclusive areas in Sydney. As Al Arabi, through their captain Fahad, too long. Al Arabi leading at 9-6. 6:55 left on the clock in the first quarter of the Qatar National Basketball League. Coming to you live, of course, from the Al Gharafa Sports Club. Naif, unsuccessful with his shot.
Murphy is now in his third game, I think, with fourth game with Arabi. So far, it looks like the choice to put him on the court in the place of Sam Monroe is working. There are the small differences that Arabi wanted to have with Murphy, like a better shooter, which is and to share the ball more. So far, it's working, but everything will be the result. We will see after the Final Four. Huge basket from Aldog. Sam, he go over Majok.
Over Majok, did he? It flew over him.
Yeah. But Khalid Abdi
replies
with the three. He's a legend now. He's one of the best players in the history of Qatar.
And he's so humble.
Yeah, always.
Murphy with a three-pointer. Very successful. 18, plays 8, 10-point difference already. Less than 4 minutes left played in the first quarter. It looks like Al Khaor are going to struggle through this match.
Yeah, because as I see, maybe also we're not seeing so far the third scorer of the team, Ali Tofik, number 13. I think he is through a small injury in the previous games. I do not know if he will have some minutes today or he will stay out. It's difficult for Al Khaor to manage a team like Arabi without their starting point guard, their best player, and with their top scorer. It's really a headache for Coach Mustafa, who tries also to give his team at least a character, to fight every game, to give it a shot. And they're fighting every game. They try their best.
They do. They're a bunch of young boys trying their hardest. Give them a couple of years, I think they'll be fine.
Yes, if they continue to support the program that they have to promote, to develop young players, yes, they are there. They will be there. Arabi on the other side, it's a team that looks always for championships, for titles, and this is what they want to do. And even if from today they will qualify for the Final Four, I think they will take advantage of this to work better in the next games to be ready for the Final Four.
I spoke to the captain of Al Khaor, Ali Al Hassan, earlier on, and he was explaining to me the difference between Alvin and Quilchel. Both different players. One was supportive up the middle, while the other ones were more supportive in the offensive role.
Yes.
Alvin, he was also he featured in the 3-on-3 and he played very well, I might add. The Qatar Olympic Committee's beach games last week. as the number 7, Muhammad Naif. Again, unsuccessful with the three-pointer. But a quick reply by Murphy.
The zone of Arabi collapses inside with Majok and Belfakir, so there is no chance for Al Khor to pass the ball to Alvin, so he'll have some easy points inside. Therefore, they have to shoot more. And Mohamed Naif is a good shooter, but both Doh and Alkomi are not our shooters. So Arabi plays smart defense in this part. Give them some shots that usually they will not be their option, the first option to take. You see when Alvin took the ball outside the three-point line.
So Doh to Alvin, from Alvin, back to Alvin from Muhammad Dawood.
Excellent play from Mohamed Dawood. He hesitated, he passed the ball. Second dunk for Alvin.
Majok. Darwish. Murphy hits the rim and bounces away in the hands of Dawood. Dawood almost losing the ball. He finds Naif. Naif, a bit of a dribble, a cross pass to Kume.
Alkomi. Or Komi, as we know him from the under 15, under 17 national team.
And Muhammad Dawood. And a nice pass from the captain Al Darwish back to a standing Murphy. It's as if they've done this a million times.
Fahad Al Darwish is an example for all players in Doha. He's in the late 30s, but he practices like
he plays like he's 21.
He will give everything for the team. These players are example for the youngsters. He has won everything in his life as an athlete and as a person, but he continues to give everything for basketball. For me, hats off to players like him.
So with 3 minutes left on the clock, 25 plays 10 Al Arabi. They lead the youngsters from Al Khor. This is Naif, the number 7, finds Dawood. Dawood to Kumi. Knocked over to Naif.
Shot was violation from Al Khor. They didn't shot the ball on time. The ball didn't hit the rim, and therefore, as a result, they couldn't shoot, so the ball will go to Al Arabi due to this violation. Nice back cut from Belfakir, an excellent assist from Ater Majoku. Is this the real color of the hair? He used to be blonde when he came.
Who's that? Majok?
Yes.
Majok colors it. I think this might be his original color.
I think he's more of a natural now.
Yeah. And a nice slam.
This is
slap away.
Well, in Greece we say that, I do not know, it's a little bit not on the offensive end, but I don't know if we can use it. The expression is like he turned off the lights.
Yes, we can use this. It's easily done. Well, I think slapping is more offensive,
Yeah, it is.
So
turn off the lights. It can happen. Gives a sense of atmosphere, maybe.
27 plays 10, Al Khor. They trail by 17 points, 1:50 left on the clock. Kume, unsuccessful from the captain to Murphy. Bounces one time. Second time it bounces in. 30 plays at 10, 1:33 left on the clock. This is the first quarter of the Qatar National League group matches. And Alvin, unmarked.
The moment Arabi tried to defend a bit outside, they left open Alvin, and they don't want to do it.
Abdi to Majok. Majok back to Abdi, standing outside. He makes his way in under the rim, tries a pass and knocked out by Muhammad Naif. Definitely saved a three-pointer there, Muhammad Naif.
Ali Tawfiq will play, so it's a weapon for Al Khor.
This is the Doh. Doha sprints away. And lucky for Mohamed Naif.
The foul is on the. It's on Fahad, who very smart. He, let's say, grabbed Alvin, so there will be no mismatch. He gave a foul, but he had to. This is team play. This is play from a veteran that plays for his team.
Alvin dummies, shakes, finds Mohamed out beyond the boundary. Back to Alvin. Alvin to Douh. Douh back to Alvin. Naif, unsuccessful. And a long pass to Abdi, and nobody to mark him. Makes it.
He was offside.
Offside in football.
Yeah, we need to have VAR.
32-12, 22 seconds left on the clock. This is the captain. Ali Al-Hassan is on. The number 13. And a shoulder barge by...
Smart move from Fahad. Naif goes off balance. Therefore, it's a defensive foul and 2 free throws for the captain of Arabi.
He reminds me of Adil from the Qatar Sports Club. Same height, same build, same temperament.
These are veterans of the league and of their clubs, yes.
And Naif trying to beat the clock. The good thing about, I just saw it in Naif and probably all these other youngsters. They took a shot, he missed it. They're trailing by 20 points, but they're still smiling.
Yes, this is okay. People want to see a close game. People want to see agonizing finales. They want to see all those things. They want to see teams equally shared. But there is also a part where there are teams who have injury problems. So the option is to give the youngsters a time to play, enjoy, and fight against the best, one of the best teams in the league. It's as simple as that.
It's for you, I think. Someone just sent it. Someone just emailed it to me.
Okay, so let me read the email coming from Mr. Sam Rico, because all the excellent HD quality picture that you're watching now, it's coming from Qatar Basketball Federation Media Department. We are under Qatar Olympic Committee, which is the father and mother figure for all federations in Doha. Qatar 2022 is always with us. Discover Qatar, our big assistant during the 2 bubbles for 3-on-3 and for Asia Cup qualifiers. Discover Qatar, as we said. Qatar Living is on the website that is very helpful. Broadcast partner is Al-Qas, Qatar's leading sport channel, and the local publisher is Al Watan newspaper.
And thank you to all our partners and sponsors.
Did I forget something?
Of course, you forgot one major one, and you know what? I don't mind saying it. McDonald's. And what I want to make an interesting note from last week, we'll come back to the sponsors later on, which we didn't get to cover at the beginning of the match. All top 4 teams had wins last week.
All top 4 teams? Sorry.
All the top 4 teams all had wins last week.
Yes.
And the bottom 5, apart from Al Ahly, have lost the last 2 matches.
Correct. Ahly won even in the last
second.
Last second, yes, correct.
Absolutely. Yes. So I'm looking at the groups 1 and groups A and group B. If I was Coach Kasai, I would have opted to lose last week and would have gone into Group B.
That's why we are not Coach Kusai, because you know what happened? Really good coaches with long careers do not believe in how can I say gimmicks or don't believe on these tricks.
Yeah.
They believe I'm gonna go, I'm gonna play, I'm gonna win, and since I believe I'm the best team. I need to be the champion of the league. If I start losing, maybe it will follow me after. So yes, maybe it's smarter in our eyes that we could play in this group and maybe with one victory.
I see it as a strategy. I don't see it as a loss or like taking it back. It's a strategy where I'm either guaranteed second or first.
Okay, I give you 2 examples. Every time the Greek national team tried to do this and made it happen, in the next round, they were disqualified because it was a mistake. On the other hand, Real Madrid in basketball 2 times they did it to select opponent which they thought it was easier for them. They won. So it's up
Again,
for me.
it's a strategy. And it's a personal thing. I would have done it personally.
It's difficult if you are a high-level coach like Usai or Hatem or Ihab. You will not do this because then you start to the players are maybe start to doubt something. That okay, I'm not so good. Like, example, you are Garafa. You have the best record in the league. If Garafa will win one of the games that they are coming on their way in the other group, they're already in the final 4. So okay, they have to beat Wakra or Shamal. Okay,
Well, let's see at the end of
how
this
it turns out.
We'll
I
see
think
how
yes.
effective or how detrimental Kusai's decision has been.
For me, it was the correct decision, 100%, because a team that aspires to be a champion, you cannot say, I'm afraid of facing a Wakra. Plus, there is another plus that maybe we don't consider well. If you are Garafa, and in this group looks like Al Sadd, whatever will be the outcome today, they still have the upper hand to qualify. And they will be second because they have lost to Arabi.
I'm listening.
Okay, so if you are Garafa and you aspire to be champion and you believe that you will finish first, you prefer to play Garafa, Al Sadd, excuse me, in the final 4 as a semi-finalist, which you beat them, and not easy but relatively easy, rather than go against team that you lost or were very hard with you, like Wakra or Shamal. Or maybe even Arabi. Arabi, okay, they destroyed Arabi, but they know that it's not so. It's a very good team. So on the other hand, let's say that they thought it this way: that we prefer to have, let's say, a more easier, if there is an easier opponent in the semi-finals, rather than have a cruise in the second round. You can look at it in this perspective.
You can look at it that way. You're not going to change my mind regardless of what you say.
I tried, but I tried hard.
You tried
Give
really
me this.
hard,
I tried hard.
because I still think it's a strategy. I've used it before. I've used it with rugby, where you hope if you win or you lose, you're going to get this team. Either way, you're guaranteeing a win. He could have guaranteed. I mean, I'm looking at the group now.
Mm-hmm.
You got Al Arabi. Al Arabi, they are guaranteed first or second.
Yes.
And
first,
now, because of the decision, because of the Rafa's decision to win, Al Sadd is almost guaranteed first or second.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So Ahli's gone, Al Khaor is gone. If I was in Al Gharafa, I would have had my feet up now. If I was in Group B, feet up, a cigar in my hand, and I'll be lapping it up, watching everybody play, knowing that it's guaranteed. But anyway, let's go back to the match. We'll talk about it later. Or maybe we can ask the coach and see what he was actually thinking about this decision.
I think he will never allow to cross these things in mind. A coach like Usai, because this is the correct thing, he believes in his team. He trusts his team. He says, who's going to be my opponent?
I agree.
Wakra, Samal. I will go and beat them, and I will be first, and I will face whoever comes on my way. Finish.
We'll talk to him. We'll actually bring him in the studio and we'll talk to him and get his opinions. I'll give him mine.
I will be a little far away if it's possible. Like now, also the borders are open. I can be maybe in Dammam. It's a safe distance.
I'll give you a warning before.
Yeah, I need to be in Salwa.
Al Arabi 45, Al Khaor 14 at 5:53 in the second quarter of the Qatar National Basketball League. This is the men's division coming to you live from the Rafa Stadium. Samuel Rico, and also in the house with me is Anastasios Magoulas.
I like the Megalos.
We welcome his company as always and his basketball knowledge. 45 at play 16, 5:25 left on the clock in the second quarter. Al Arabi up against Al Khaor. Al Khaor, they came 8th in the after the first round on the competition table. Al Arabi equal first with Al Gharafa, but on for and against, they sat in second place.
Yes, because they lost 35 points, I think, to Gharafa.
So So the captain of the Al Arabi team, Fahad Darwish, takes a well-earned break as Badr Belfaki, the number 41, replaces him.
Saud Nadim is also inside, number 11 for Al Khor. Nice ball movement started from Ahmed Mohamed, Majok the assistant, Khalid Abdi with the easy 17 points.
Ahmed Mohamed, the youngster, number 17 for the Arabi club. He also starred in the 3-on-3 team.
Yes.
Played very well.
But this was Al Ahmal, the name?
Sorry?
Al Ahmal was the team name of Arabi representatives.
Al Arabi was Al Ahlam.
Ahlam, okay.
Ahlam.
Okay. With Kevin Murphy, Majok.
I mean, you had two internationals and you had Naif, I think was in their club. There was Naif.
Mohamed Naif from Al Khor.
Not Mohamed Naif, sorry.
It should be in the pictures I watched. It was Al Naimi, number 6.
Naimi
and
there was
Mohamed Ahmed, Majok, and Kevin Murphy.
Correct. It was. I mean, imagine the feeling for these guys playing next to NBA stars.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I was getting goosebumps sitting on the sideline commentating these people's names. Imagine how it is for somebody to play. But let's talk a little bit about Sammy Monroe.
Okay.
Sammy Monroe, I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks. Murphy's come and replaced him. I take it. I spoke to the captain prior to the match and asked him his thoughts why Sammy Monroe has been sidelined, and he said it's just the coach's decision. That's all. We're trying a new formula to see how that works. Is that how you see it?
Exactly. This is also what we discussed before, Sammy. Sam and Sammy. Sam. That we discussed some before, because they tried to be more of they tried to make a small change in their game, sharing the ball more. Sam is a ball-dominant guard. He plays 4 positions. He will give you his heart. He will defend. He will attack. But he needs the ball in his hands, which means that most of the times he will take all the decisions. This gave a chance to defenses like, for example, Al-Sad or Garafa, which the teams that had them very close, to attack him on the defense. And then this was, let's say, a weak spot for Arabi. With Kevin Murphy, the ball is shared. Everybody has his touches. Everybody can be a threat. And this way, the defense cannot only focus on one player. They have to move around, so give space to talented players like Abdi, like Rusdi, like Badr Belfaki. They wanted more, let's say, tempo in their game, more, let's say, more fluid game.
More fluent game. Well, I've got both interviews from the Al Khor captain and from the Al Arabi captain. Maybe Muhammad can play them at the break, at the half time. Yep, he's giving me the thumbs up. He said, yes, we can do that for you. And it'll be good if we can see it on the screen, if that's possible. I'm not sure if we can see it on the screen here on the scoreboard. As the score reads at 54-18, 3:40 left on the clock in the second quarter of the Men's Basketball National League. Murphy's lost the ball to Alvin. Lost the ball one more time, back to Al Arabi. Murphy's got his back turned. He doesn't know what's going on.
I think he got tangled with Alvin. Alvin is a wall there, so he looks like a little bit disoriented. They need to foul, I think, in order. This is what Majok tried to do, but safe. Al Dosari preferred to let the game be played, and now he will stop for Murphy, which is exactly what the rules are saying. Majok did what a top pro will do. He tried to stop the game, but he did it in a way that was not clear. So it was a basketball, and Saif Al Dosari followed the rules. Now he stops for Murphy to be subbed. I think where he in the knee, he got hit in the knee. I think this is what
I saw. Yeah, he was hobbling a little bit when he was closer to us. And I think that's why he was shaking his head. I thought he was shaking his head about the play, but it was more the pain he was feeling.
Yeah. If it is a bump knee to knee, Usually it's not something great. Hopefully he will be okay. But he looks like he's in pain.
Ghassan Hajar, the number 11, has come on for Al Arabi, replacing the big boots of Murphy.
This is what we said about the style of basketball that Arabi wants to play in Coach Khatam. They serve the ball more. You see already Majoka shot 2-3 pointers. Even it's an easy game, you see them now, they're passing more, they move the ball more, and everybody can have his share of offense, which is very good for a team that wants to win. You cannot win with only 5 players. It's extremely difficult. We saw Shamal, how difficult it is for them, and they have very good 5 players. But it's very difficult for them to have only 5 players. You see how it changed with them when Faris came inside.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why you need everybody to be a threat. And all 5 that you're going to use, and the bench who's going to come inside, you need to show to the other team that they are legitimate threats, not like just standing there.
Hajar, skillful young kid, finds Abdi to the long-standing Majok, and Majok to Ahmad Muhammad, who sinks a 3-pointer from out wide. 59 plays 20, 2 minutes left on the clock. This is the second quarter of the Qatar National Basketball League for the men's division. Alvin to Ali, the captain, hits the rim, bounces back out into the hands of Majok. Majok to Ghassan. Ghassan had picked up Ahmad. Ahmad has gone back to Abdi. It's gone a full circle, 360. Back to Majok. Majok is trying to find that the little fella, Ghassan Al Hajar, and he couldn't take it.
Yeah,
how old Hajar? He looks like he's
great intention from Majok. He saw the youngster. He wanted to pass him the ball, but it was wrong pass because there was a defender in front of him, and he couldn't
pass was too strong. The power of his right hand. Alvin for 2, unsuccessful. Belfaki finds the young kid. Hajar, nice pass to Ahmad Muhammad. Hits the rim, Abdi off the rebound, back to Ahmad. Muhammad hits the rim again, too long. Into the hands of the number 13 for Al Khaor, Ali Al Hassan, the captain. He takes on the defense himself.
Great defense.
And he finds himself being penalized, I guess, because he put the hand up to get him out of the way.
Play very good defense, Ahmad Mohammed. And this is, if you play close to Al Khalid Abdi, this is cool for him. School's open. No, he's in university now, Ahmad Mohammed. But it's a school for him if you play with this great player. He can be his son, and also he teaches him how he can play this position in Asia, in top level.
Abdi to Belfaki under the rim. Makes it look easy. 64, plays at 20. 27 seconds left on the clock. As Muhammad Dawood brings it out for Al Khaor. Slows things down. Waiting for his players to get into position. All trying to play off Alvin. Plenty of pressure off Alvin. The number 9 has been intercepted. A ball going to Alvin. Majok now. He can't handle it. Abdi picks it up. Back to Ahmad Muhammad. And he finds the basket for 3 points. That's triple for Ahmad.
Second out of 4. One thing he never made, watching this kid when he started, he was 13 years old or 12. We have him from national teams. He doesn't lack confidence. He believes in himself. That's why he was the youngest player in under 15. He was the youngest in under 17. He still is under 18 national team player, and he's part also of the men's team program because he practices hard and he believes in himself. There are things that, of course, he will have to correct, but he's in the correct also environment. You know, there are 2 options to develop a young player. The way Khaor will do it, like having young kids all around, put them to play together and give them time and give them experience, or you go to a top club where you're going to practice every night and you have to defend Khalid Abdi, Kevin Murphy on your practice.
The sink or swim method.
Exactly. And then when your time will come, you don't have a lot of chances. You go inside, you need to give something. Defense, 1 rebound, 1 defense, 1 shot. And you have to make it. This is what And already he has titles as a champion. He won the Mir Cup. He plays because he deserved to play close to.
What
to
about Pat
Hunter.
Malone? What do you say about him?
About
Malone. Pat Malone.
Pat Malone?
Oh, you heard of him? Filipino guy, walks around with a camera in his hand.
I know Carl Malone. I know Jeff Malone. I do not know Pat Malone.
Pat Malone, the guy who walks around with a camera, pretends he's a photographer here, taking pictures of everybody. And I don't know if
Pat Carrido.
I don't know if there's any film in his camera or there's batteries.
It's film. If it's the same Pat, yes, it has a.
You know Pat Malone.
Why it's Pat Malone?
Pat Malone, because he's on his own.
But all alone. Okay,
all alone. All right, so the halftime score 67-20. Al Arabi, they are in control of this match and not having any problems whatsoever, and I can't see them having any problems. So if Arabi win, so let's go back to our schedule, Mr. Tassos. So if Al Arabi win, and Al Sad win, basically Al Ahli and Al Khaor have no chance.
Yes.
Do the points from the first round, the 36 matches, count to this group stages?
Yes. Already, if you see Arabi right now, they have 15 points. And Al Sal have 13. So and Ahli has 11.
Okay.
And Al Khor has 9. So
even with, I'm looking at even with 2 or 3 wins, they still can't make it.
Okay. You want the scenarios?
Yeah.
You love them. You smile like Peter Sudek. You smile now. Okay, you're missing the mustache, but you can fix this. So there are 3 scenarios right now. Arabi is finished because already there are 47 points. They will win. They are done. It's already first. And they cannot be only first they can be.
All right.
Finished. So now comes the Sad and Ahli scenario. If Sad will win tonight.
So let's tell everyone Sad's on 13.
Okay, exactly.
And we got Ahli on 11.
Correct.
Okay.
So if Sad will win tonight, Ahli, it's also over. Sad will be second.
Over for Al Ahli.
Correct. And over for Al Sad. Al Sad will be second. Ahli will be third.
Okay.
It's finished. Sad will qualify to Final Four and as second. They cannot catch Arabi in the first place.
So what about, because
there is a
there is another scenario. What if Ahli win all their matches after this and Sad
This is the nice scenario. They need to see exactly how, if they win tonight, if they beat tonight Sad, they need, first of all, to beat them with more than 5 points. They need to beat with 6 points. They lost 5 points in the first round. They need to beat them by 6 to give them a first edge.
Okay. My scenario is a little bit different. So we got Al Sad. They win today. Al Arabi win today.
Simple.
Okay.
They're already finished.
Okay. Then I've got Al Ahli.
Okay.
They've lost 1.
Correct.
But they've got 2 more matches left.
Finish. They cannot catch anybody.
Let's say they win those 2 matches, because if Al Sad win, they go to 15.
If they win, they go to 15. Correct.
Correct. All right. Al Ahli will go to 12.
12. Correct.
If Al Ahli win next 2 matches, okay, they'll go to 18. Al Sad say they lose 2 of their matches, they'll be on 17.
Why they will go to 18? 3 points per victory.
3 points or 2 points?
2 points per victory.
So they go to
16.
So they can't win anyway, even if Sad lose their
There is a scenario very well placed from you. If Ahli will win all games, then what is important for them? Sad needs to lose also games.
Or at least 1.
Let's take the scenario. Ahli will win 3 games.
If Ahli win 3 games,
it means that they will
17.
go 11 plus 6, they go 17. Sad, let's say that they're losing 2 games, they go 15.
15.
Correct. If they lose all games, they're out. If they win Al Khor, they go also 17. And then comes the scenario of the points. If Ahli needs to beat them by more than 6.
Okay, that's Group B. Group B is understandable. That's the easiest.
And then comes now the decision from Garafa. If there was not a decision, but it comes like this. So let's say the scenario of Ahli winning all games and Sad losing all games. Garafa, they believe that they will finish first. They can play semi-final with Ahli.
All right. So let's go back. So that's Pool B. What about the Pool of Death? I call it the Pool of Death because it's Al Gharafa, who finished first, Al Wakra, who finished second, and Al Shamal, who got knocked out to 5th position, although they held 3rd throughout the whole 36 matches.
Yes, but you remember we said it in one of our games that the program of Samal was really difficult at the last stages. They had Garafa, Wakra, and Arabi.
Correct.
They beat Wakra, which was a little bit of a surprise the way the game went, but they lost the two games between with Garafa and Wakra and Arabi.
Okay. So the scenario is here. Basically, any of the top three can be 1 and 2.
Yes, you can have a three. Even you can have a three teams in the first place. In the first place, and then comes the point differences. You can have, for example, Garafa lost to Wakra and they beat Shamal. Wakra lost Shamal and they beat Garafa. Everything will decide it in this round. It's as you said, the group of death.
So
Everything is open. Okay, there is a huge advantage in Garafa because if Garafa will win the two easier games, there is no easy games in this group. I think Qatar and Rayyan will fight. So they need to win one of these two to finish it. Even with those two games, they can be.
So if Rafa, let's say Rafa win one match, they're almost guaranteed a spot.
One of the, if they win three, let's say three, okay. we take as that all teams will win Qatar and Rayyan. For me, it will not be easy, but they have an advantage. It will not be easy. So if let's say they win the team 7 and 9, so all teams will have 2 victories. Then they will play 4 games. So if Garafa will win 1, they go to 3 victories. There is Shamal can catch them if they win all games, with Wakra winning 3 games also, but you do not know what happened with the point differences.
Okay. So from the top 3 that we've got in the pool of death, anybody could come first and second. I'm looking if Shamal can knock off Wakra. And then you have another scenario where Wakra knocks off Al-Gharrafa.
This is exactly.
This is what happened in the preliminary round.
Everybody will go with the same victories. So far, it's 7-1. We have 3 teams with 9-3. Shamal winning 4 games, Wakra winning 3 games, and Garafa winning 2 games.
So where do we go?
Then we go to what happened to the last 3 games. Because, for example, maybe Wakra will win 2 games with Garafa and they have big advantage. Or Garafa will be 2 times Shamal and they have a big advantage. Or Shamal will be 2 times Wakra. You never know. Everything is open, really.
Are you bold enough to pick some winners from Group A and Group B at this stage?
Group B
is quite easy.
Looks like that it's Ahli and Arabi and Sad, but Ahli I think will fight a lot, especially tonight. Even they are tired. Both teams will be extremely tired. They played 48 hours ago. But I think they will give us a very good fight. And Ahli is a team that has aspiration of reaching, if they can, the Final Four or at least the first 5 or 6 positions for the first time in long time.
Group A?
Group A, I think it will stay like it is right now.
As is?
Yes. It will be Garafa and Wakra.
All right. So
But I will count Shamal.
There's always the but.
No. There is.
You sounded like
for the league. No. Sorry. For the league, no. I think it's like this. But I say that because Shamal is expecting Mir Mukic to return maybe the next 10-15 days, there will be a very strong team because let's not forget, immediately after the league, we have the Qatar Cup. So
again, let's look at some dates. We've got the World Qualifiers coming in. That will be after the league.
We can say something for the league. The league ends on the 24th.
So the league is safe. It's not going to be affected by the qualifiers.
No. Qatar Cup will begin on 26th of January. The final will be on the 3rd of February. And the 5th national team will start the preparation for the window number 3 of Asia Cup 2021 qualifiers.
Which will be played 18th and
19 and 21 in Doha, the 4th games.
Okay. And the 4 teams again, remind us
Iran,
who they are, Group E?
Iran, Syria, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar.
Okay, very good. So that is not going to affect our league at all?
No.
Very good. So therefore, if that is the case, my teams are Gharrafa and Shamal.
Okay.
You are in the lead. You had 2 on me last week.
Yeah.
You are in the lead. I'll give you that. You had 2 on me last week, but I did pick a couple of winners where you failed to pick them up. But you did overtake me in the end, like a dark horse at racing at Randwick. You got me. Hey, Peter.
We are still on air or not? We are still on air. So,
Ali, you haven't had much luck this year. How will tonight be any different?
It's just because of the injuries and how we've been doing as a team, but I think it should be a better start coming off in the second round. You know, we've had some fix-ups that we had to do, and we'll see how it goes.
We've entered into the group stages now, so there's no room for error.
Yup.
How have you prepared for these group matches?
I mean, the coach has been doing most of the preparing, and us as players, we just gotta follow through and trust the process, basically.
You've lost Quintrell Thomas, the US import.
Yeah.
How much of a loss is that going to be to the team?
It's going to be difficult to replace him, but we already did. We have another player called Alvin. Two different players, two different strengths.
You got drawn into Group B. Would you prefer Group A, or do you think you're lucky where you are?
Definitely Group B. Definitely Group B. Group A is going to be a tough one for all the teams, actually.
Ali, you haven't had much luck this year. How will tonight be any different?
It's just because of the injuries and how we've been doing as a team, but I think
we enter the group stages now, where any loss could be detrimental to any team. How have you prepared for these group matches?
Actually, we prepare well as any match we have. As you know, there is no good team or bad team. All of them, they have a professional. All of them, they have a good player. They have young players. They can play good. So there is no easy game.
Sammy Monroe has been out of your team for a couple of weeks now. What's the reasoning behind that?
There is no reason. He will be with us until end of the season. But this is the coach decision to which professional should be to play. Depends the team we will play with, and depends the condition who has. And he will be with us until end of the season.
Will we see him again this year?
For sure.
Who are joining Group B? Would you prefer Group A?
We are lucky to be in Group B.
But we enter the group stages now, where any loss could be.
first, and to other teams that they will be back this year.
With the vengeance.
They don't have a chance to go to Final Four, but they will try to prove that they just had a bad break in the first round.
Well, that's yet to be seen at this stage. So we'll go through the matches, our matches that we will be covering. The first one, of course, is the one we're covering now, Khaor and Arabi. This is Tuesday. The next match on Saturday is between Al Rayyan and Al Gharafa. Again, Al Gharafa, easy match for them. The following Tuesday, we'll be covering Al Sadd Al Khaor. A little bit more exciting, but again, Al Sadd is expected to win that one. Then the one after that, Al Rayyan and Qatar, and I think Qatar will be in the hot seat for that match as
They
well.
will be in both teams will be in the hot seat. Rayan will, if the results will be as let's say what we know so far, Rayan will looking for the first victory in the league. So they will fight hard for this. It's a medal that they want to win.
Yeah, but I anyway, when we get there, we can pick the who we think will win, and it won't be until about the semi-finals that we may cover an even match.
Which semi-final?
Which when we get into the
No, this is not
the
semi-final.
crisscross,
Yes, but if it on Tuesday, let's
the
not forget.
quarterfinal.
No. This is
not
position. It's a game for the 5th to 8th position.
So what's this? So this is
It's the 4th and the 3rd.
Fourth plays third.
Correct.
Third plays fourth from
Correct.
each group.
From each group. It means that both groups. This is for the team's positioning at the end of the league.
Okay. Now, I ask this question: If only the 2 top teams from each group advance, why am I playing for fourth and third?
You play for 5th until 8th. Which you mean 4th and 3rd?
Fourth and third.
You play because there is the medal and there is a prize money.
Very good.
Of course you play.
All right, that answers my question. All right.
Of course you play. There is a small cup, there is a medals, and there is money. There are money.
Very good. And then we play second and first, and then we get the loser. And Sunday night, we'll have to see what we can do on Saturday and Sunday. The final, of course, we'll be here for the final, though it's not our shift, but it might be our shift.
It will be an exciting game. I mean, all the top 5 teams are really top level, and I will not take out Qatar or Ahli, who showed that either they have talent or they fight every game. Khaor and Rayan, yes, they had bad seasons, and Khaor had injuries mainly, and Rayan had the big injury of Mohamed Hassan, but also they need to regroup themselves. You cannot have 0-8 is not an outcome for Rayan.
Not an easy story to make up for. As the third quarter commenced between Al Arabi and Al Khaor, the score 67-22. Al Arabi leading the luckless Al Khaor team, a very young, youthful team that the Al Khaor team have. They are running from right to left in the blue, while Al Arabi are running from left to right in the white and red numbers. Al Darwish, the captain, and number 3 for Al Arabi, makes it 68-22. Less than a minute of play in the third quarter. As Naif finds the number 11.
Saud Nadim.
Saud Nadim. Majok now. Majok to Ahmad Al-Duh. No, Salim Hani. So the Arabi team now flirting with the young players on the court, giving them as much opportunity, some experience.
46-point difference. Murphy, it's okay. This is the best use for them because he got a small injury on the knee. He could come back, but no reason to put him back again. CJ is injured. Khalid Ruz is serving 1 game suspension. Khalid Abdi is also on the bench. No need to push him more. You know, there is one, let's say, trap for these teams. The teams in this group, especially for Arabi, who have clear finished already the situation. If they will relax too much, you cannot relax too much because you have the games are you play every next day, and if you relax too much playing the other 2 games of the group because you have already qualified and whatever, you can go to the Final Four, and in 1 game you play of your season, you will be relaxed. And like what happened last year for Arabi, especially when they lost to the semi-final to Garafa, it's a big risk. You cannot relax too much. And I think Coach Hatem has the experience to control the team, not to feel that everything has finished and they will fight all 3 games, they will give their best because you don't have time after to recover and play the semi-final. Because if you continue relaxed in the semi-final, you'll find maybe again Garafa. And like last year, you can lose to Garafa if you are relaxed. And to beat Garafa,
You might become too complacent.
exactly. If you feel that you are too comfortable, this can turn against you.
So a long pass from Majok. And a nice slam dunk by the number 41, Badr Belfaki, for the Arabi team. They lead 72-24, 7:23 left in the third quarter of the Qatar Basketball National Men's League. Ahmed Doha, a nice three-pointer for the youngster. 72 plays 26, only 2 points. And an intercept by Naif. Naif with a left hand. He looked a little bit uncertain.
Naif did. He tried to outsmart and Ahmed Mohammed. He did it. He tried to show him that he will go right, but what he did, he wanted to have space for his left hand to go high. His feet didn't help him to go as high as he wanted to leave the ball for the layup.
Alvin to add some more points for his team. In fact, he had one. 29 that plays at 72, 6:51 left on the clock. The third quarter of the men's final, of the men's National League. Oh, a little bit ahead of myself.
Yes, Arabi can be part of the final, but Khaor no. But you never know. Hopefully, in the years to come, Khaor can come back because they have this young core of talent. They have Bob also, who is on loan on Qatar club. He will return next year. It's a team that has players that can be a factor in the years to come. High fly Majok.
So Ali Tawfiq, the captain, to the number 7, Mohammed Naif, to Alvin. Alvin dummies. And no contest whatsoever. There's a contest there from the young Salim Hani. Puts him on his back and helps him back up. It was an accidental slip. 74 plays at 31 at 5:46 left on the clock. This is the third quarter of the Men's National League. Coming to you live from the Rafa Sports Club. Samuel Rico with you, of course, with the Qatar National Team Supervisor, Anastasios Margoulas. And, of course, he is the basketball trivia king. Ask him any question. Send me any question that you have.
Okay.
All right. And we'll answer it through the trivia king.
Alatolle.
Muhammad, did you get the questions? Send them up here. Any questions, send them up here. And the questions must be Qatar basketball related.
Oh, even outside. Any question.
Any NBA?
Regarding basketball? Yeah, easy.
Euro?
Yeah, easy.
All right. So the challenge is on. Mr. Magoulas. He's prepared to answer any question that you may have. Send them to us and let's put the man to the test. Darwish to Majok standing behind. Majok flicks it back and a long pass to nobody. In fact, it's gone to the judges.
The table officials, yes. And Al Khor, like what they try to do now. They try to press. They see that the Arabi will have on the bench their top scorers, and they try to press a little bit to cut the lead of Arabi. They try to be decent, and they try, as always, to fight to the last moment, whatever they can do.
Darwish, an unsuccessful rejection from the number 13, Ali Tawfiq on Darwish, as he extends his team's lead. 77 plays at 34, 4:37 left on the clock. Alvin, back to Tawfiq. Referee says he sees a push. And more changes. Looks like Murphy's coming back
Yes,
on.
then this is what we said about also for the other games. For Arabi, they will need to keep the players fresh and energetic, because you cannot relax too much and go to place in one game all the year.
So Salem Hani's come off. The captain Fahad has come off. Their replacement, the number 11, Ghassan Hajar, is back on, the young kid. And the most experienced, Kevin Murphy. So we've got youth and experience.
All in one package.
As Ahmed Hamad with a nice sidestep.
Great movement.
Sidestep that had them all going.
Yes, he stopped the defense with his drop step. He went on the left. Excellent finish.
Back to Ali Tawfiq. Ahmed Koumi. Back to Koumi. Short.